Hi everybody, this is Mary Flower again, and I want to show you some older and unique journals that I've done, and that will be these. But before I show you, I just want to mention that I had done a video on these, and I thought that I was going to do several more videos right away, but I became overwhelmed with some old photos that my brother came into his possession, and we're trying to get those done, and they are wonderful. I thought at one point in my life that I only had enough photos of myself as a child that I could count on one hand, and it seems as though there was a lot more, and we're overwhelmed with them, and he's going through the old negatives. And before I start this, I would like to have all of those pictures, and I think that it will be a much better, more complete, because I was going to do my younger years with this book, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this one, but I wanted to show you that I did just throw in different kinds of papers in here. This paper here was something that means a lot to me, and so I'll go over that. But for those, I know there's a couple people that are waiting for me to do this, and I want you to know that because I felt overwhelmed with that, I felt like I need to wait a little bit on that. And I did do a video that showed these, and I actually threw in some papers in some of this as well. But until I get these photos all done, it'll be another week, I think. But today, I would like to show you a few older journals that I did. These two right here are from just altering books. They aren't rebooked. These are actually altered. And I really like how this one turned out. This part here in the middle was part of the original book, if you can see it. And I really liked it, but I added a little color, and I added this. And it basically is just my journaling. And I'll do a quick flip through here. And this is how I used to journal. I just did a lot of, my family was my main focus, and in here there's actually a few pages that haven't been finished, and I probably could go back and add some things, and I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to do a pretty quick flip through because some of it's probably personal, and I don't want to show too much of it, but it shows you how I used to do my first journals. These are some of my very, very first journals, and even back then, that wasn't one example. I had a lot of the kids' art in here. My grandchildren, I put pictures that they did. So this one's, about 7 inches long, 5 by 7. And then this one, this has got to be, I don't know what year it was, but it's been a while. I love to make indexes, and being an artist, you know how that is. You start in the middle. Most of us that do this kind of work. But I usually try to save some space in the front for the index for the pages. And so I'm just doing a very quick flip through on this one. It has a little, this is how I would glue the pages together and then journal on them. This is my son that I lost many years ago, and I usually do a page on him. I often, and you can see this is kind of falling apart a little bit. I even had to do some extra gluing on it. See right here, you can see it's kind of falling apart in the middle. But I try to do stuff to reinforce it, and so it doesn't completely fall apart. But that's some of my older journaling. And I do try to keep something around this one because this one really is falling apart. And then I went to, on my, I think around my 10th anniversary, I went to a place where we stayed overnight, and I went to some art museum, which was a fantastic art museum, and it had one of the most fantastic art displays. It was called Detour Art, and there was a book, but the book for it was immensely expensive, so I didn't get it. But I didn't have much to work with, and I thought, how do I journal this? And I just all of a sudden at the last minute grabbed one of my little old boxes here and some of my watercolor paper and my and some of my supplies. And I basically just journaled like this. Let me pull it out. I just basically did an accordion and wrote about it. If I can control it here. I journaled on both sides. I'll flip it over. See, there it is, Detour Art, which is fantastic. It's one of those it's one of those art displays about people. I think they went across the country and just took average normal people off the street and they just made art out of what they had. It's fantastic. I think there's a website for it, and it's really worth looking at. It's called Detour Art. It was like I really connected with this, and I think that you would enjoy looking at that if you want to. See, I did have that in there. Let's see. It's got to go back in there. Okay. There we go. And then my husband, he wrote me a sweet little note. You know, it's a little cute card. And I watercolored it. I thought that was really cute. And so I keep that in there. And then I just had some supplies and just put them in there too. And all I had to tie it up with at the time was just an old shoelace. So I just decided I was going to use it. I think the Detour Art made me, made me think about what I have. And so that's what I have. But I want to show you the work I did on the front of this old. I took a brochure and cut it apart. That's all I did. And I think I added some of the detail with a pen. And then I used a gel medium over the top. And the box already was old. I just put these wonderful stickers that I have. And it turned out to be quite a cute little journal. And then another one, I had another old box, and I thought this was really interesting. This is sort of old and weird, and which I have already demonstrated how much I love weird old boxes. And I did the same thing with this. I did some journaling, and I just made an accordion, and all out of greens and gold things, and did some writing in it. And I only finished the one side, but the other side really is quite pretty, so I'll show you. It's unfinished. I mean, it's not written on, but maybe I'll write on it sometime. Just used gold and green on that, and it turned out really cute, and it just sits right in there in this cute little box. And I love to make journals in boxes, and I have some more that sometime I'll show, and I'll probably be doing more in the future. So for those of you that are waiting for me to do this, I want you to know that I'm still going to. I just have to get all of these pictures finished. What's really interesting is that in the process, my brother and I, we have connected with our memories like you wouldn't believe. And it's exciting to go back and start using pictures and places to help you, recall certain things. And we have recalled things that we haven't thought of for 50 years. And it's really exciting. So I will be doing that and let you know. I may use this one for another project. I used to make a lot of dolls, and I'm thinking that I may go into that with this one. And I think I have another one for my older years that I'm going to do. I haven't decided, but just want to let you know that. And please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up and nice comment, and check out my giveaways. Thanks.